Hello guys, it's already September 1. It is really the start of the bear months and BER as in bear months, September, October, November, December. It is September 1, 2020 and let us discuss the Philippine markets for the day. So we are seeing a few, I think the biggest standout that people have been discussing is the MOC or the market on close drop. So let's take a look first on your index. Your index was still steady at about 5.8, 5.9, and then at the close, it fell down. PSEI fell a lot at the close only. All shares went down at the close. Financial steady up. Industrial steady up, and then at the close, holdings at the close down, properties at the close down, mining was up, and then service at the close down. So let's see what happened. Your market value today is 6.8 billion pesos. That's significantly higher than what we normally get. And decliners are 99. Foreign net selling today is 260 million pesos. Advancers are 85. So in your index movers, you are seeing JG Summit, Pure Gold down 4%. ICT is down 3%, Ayala Corp is down 3%, Meralco is down 3%, GD Cap is down 3%, Robinson's Retail is down 3%, your Globe is down 2.78%, a lot of downs, 3%. These are some of the winners that we kind of like discuss a lot. So let us see whether we want to buy some of them. And then, of course, gainers today, 3% up URC. Bloomberry is up 2.6%. Your BDO is up 1.86%. Your BPI is less than 1% up. So let us see your stats for the day. In your top gainers with volume, you only have green up 7%, 1.88 to 202. Now, yes, we have been seeing M-Wide is up 8%, but very little volume, as you could see. DNL is also up 9% today at about 5 pesos, but very little volume. But still, that's good enough. 16 to 25 million. We are seeing some buyers for DNL, Mega Wide, and some green. Let's take a look at the other volume players. FNI is up 5%, closing at 136. Your Apex mining is up 5% here at about 167. And then there is a big move for your URC now, 4,957 are trading with 300 million pesos. URC is at 142 pesos 50 cents. Now let's take a look at your losers for the day. Losers for the day with volume is JG Summit, 61 pesos, down 4%. You also see Pure Gold down 3% today at 51.9 after closing at 54 the other day. You are seeing as well ICT falling down back to 101. Take note that ICT traded as high as 110 a couple of days ago, so we might be actually seeing a good pullback for ICT below 100 or near 100. We are also taking a look at Ayala Corp. Ayala Corp today is down 3% to 710. What else are losing? So this quite a resistance for Mary Mart. Meralco is down 3%. Support area because 260 to 250 normally is getting bought for Meralco. GD Capital continues to lose ground. It has lost at 400 mark. Today it's down 12 pesos or trading at 388 pesos. Euros and 30 pesos. So from a most active market is down 80 down. So market and close down. Let's take a look. So your SM is down to 837 pesos. Your Ayala Land continues to dwindle down. Today, it's about 28 pesos and 30 cents. SM Prime continues to dwindle down, 28.50. After they broke the 30 mark, they continually get sold down. So PLDT is now at 1,465, having a hard time at 1,500, but really supported at 1,300 or 1,400 below nowadays. Prior resistance of 1,400 has become support. Your URC is still steady at 142. Your Jollibee today is 133.6. Probably take a look at Jollibee. Should it fall 130 to 120, it could present a good support area. So we are seeing Bloomberry today, finally, 6.28, up a bit. Nicolasia continues to keep pace with the mining gains. Nicolasia is up 3% today, trading at 3.36. Semirara is up 4%, slightly 9.84. So we are seeing some temporary bargain hunting, but I'd say that it's very difficult to make money on companies that are still in the, because I would prefer really taking a position mostly on renewables rather than on coal-fired power plants. That said, it is up from 9, now it's about 984. So it has bounced about 8%, 9% from those lows. So those are dead cat bounces if you ask me. Wait up, ah. So that was a first bounce for your Semirara. And then your Nicolasia continues to do well. Nicolasia here is still at 336. So we are seeing a potential resistance here at about 350 to 360. But this is an uptrend. So any rallies will not be continuously sold. It could be selling on 360, but then buying back at 320. So or even buying at 320 below. Thing is, these are still very strong trends. Your other trends are, of course, so your globe today is hitting that range of about 2,000 pesos. This might be an opportunity for those who want some telephone, but without having to pay too much of a steep price. Globe here at about 2,000 below might give an opportunity for those who want some globe. Now, we are seeing some financials continues to go up. Okay, good for BPI. It's now 67.30. BPI has been the stronger one, and BDO is still weak here at 87. Let's see whether it can follow BPI's lead. Metrobank is also a bit weak, still at 33.50. But again, the financial sector could be being bought at these current levels. The other banks are Security Bank. Let's take a look at Security Bank. Security Bank is just there at 96. Your East West is still at about $8 at 8.19. So it has been double topped here at 8.66. But we'll see whether there will be a higher low at 7.50. Let's see how it goes. For Bloomberry, we are seeing that $6 had been a higher low. Good volume today at 6.28. This means that Bloomberry today is a potential mover on the next few days. So this might look like a buy signal to me. So let's see whether the 6.30 is a buying area. Good volume for the day for Bloomberry. Your properties continually to dwindle down. It looks like your SM primes can fall further, but we have seen support here at about 27.50 and even further at 26. So your Ayala land continues to lose ground. You are seeing a breakdown. Today it's 28.30. We are seeing that used to be a support. Could it fall down to 26? Abangan ang susunod na kabanata. So properties continually to fall down. Your other, some restaurants continues to fall. So your Jollibee is falling down, 133. Let's take a look. It looks like there is a support somewhere here. We might be able to scoop up some good gains on the way down. What else could be gotten? Yeah, so airlines are 36 today. We're not like omniscient, but we are seeing that there are some potential buyers here at about 36 all the way to about 32 or even 33. So let's see whether we can see bargain hunting there. That would be your SEB, your Macro Asia here at about 475. Looks to be falling, but there has been a lot of supporters here at about 4 peso. So we are seeing some of that. Your Meralco today is falling to 260. It might actually present an opportunity near 255 or 260 below. So, or even 250. Take a look at that. Some conglomerates, okay, MPI steady, but at $3 should be bought. Manila Water at 14 steady. But yeah, so you'll see that if Meralco is falling, it could actually follow Manila Water. The sector is stable naman. So that's really like, I think, a wrap-up for the Philippines. Not much on the news front, but really just there. Let's take a look at this news report on Macro Asia. Clarification of news report. Let me just read it for you. So September 1, clarification, we refer to the letter of the PSE asking us to clarify today the quoted statements following the news article Sangli posted in Philstar. There's a report that there's trouble brewing for the Sangli Airport Group. It seems after Cavite Governor John Vic Remulla said he's willing to scrap the massive project if the government thinks that having a Chinese contractor to do it would make it a security threat. In a television interview last week, Remulla said the provincial government of Cavite is willing to terminate the agreement with Chinese state-owned China Communications Construction Corp if the national government deems the partnership as a security risk. I asked the Sangli Airport project proponents in day two said it's all up to President Duterte and the Department of National Defense to give the final go signal to the project. So I think like yeah, so and then of course, Macro Asia said, we are in agreement with the statement of the provincial governor that the final go signal will be up to the national government. We have been completing the qualification documents for the award, but the pandemic has delayed the process, including the completion of JV documents prior to any signing of legal or financial contracts. Now, the reality is Macro Asia isn't really being paid a lot based on the Sangli, despite Lucio Tan, of course, winning that Sangli project. At current levels, I'd say that whether you want it for the upside on Sangli or for other reasons, such as their own airport maintenance, I'd say that at 5 peso below, today it's about 4.75, you have a lot of buyers 5 to 4 or even at 3. So the fact that 3 went to 7, it means that it is a trading range for Macro Asia. So let's take a look at some of these ACR press release. Let's read a little about it. So ACR reports what? SEC greenlights a second tranche of commercial paper issuance. So they are gonna borrow some money. How much would that cost? Let's take a look at their yields. Commercial paper is really just similar to raising money from similar to about bonds. So the company is outlining to proceed with the sale of 1 billion pesos commercial papers up to 2.5 billion pesos, registered with SEC in 2018. So the Alcantara Group is gonna be the first is gonna use the money ongoing project for first private sector power generator in Mindanao. They currently have 4 facilities, 468 megawatts, serving over 8 million people in 14 cities, such as Cagayan de Oro, General Santos, Iligan, and Zamboanga City. They're focused on renewables for the long term with 8 run-of-the-river hydroelectric power plants in its pipeline, which is currently under construction. Once completed, these hydropower plants will comprise the bulk of the company's power facilities, emphasizing the company's pivot to renewable energy. President Tomas Alcantara said that in the next few years, in terms of number of power facilities, revenue will come mostly from renewable energy. So Philip Sagun added, we expect renewable energy portfolio to contribute to earnings to be more than 35% in the first 3 hydro plants that we are operating. In the long term, we want to have 8 hydro plants. We project that revenue from renewable energy would be about 45% earnings on that, so income contribution. The company is developing 105 megawatts San Ramon Power baseload coal-fired power plant in Zamboanga City. Engineering construction contract will be signed within the 3rd quarter of this year. The 16 billion pesos SRPI plant is expected to begin commercial operations by 2023. That will be about 3 years from now. And then, so they are also saying that they reported a consolidated net earnings of about 1.39 billion pesos. So let's take a look at what happened to ACR, no? The press release is good, but yun nga, I think like people are just unaware whether this will push through. So I think like this news should be positive in the sense that there's more clarity with what they want to do. In terms of chart, I think it's like what? How much is it now? 1 point. It's not even in the most actively valued, so nobody is actually trading it, I suppose. But it's trading at 127. No volume, as in 0. Not a lot. Like 1 million pesos, total value traded is just 1.2 million pesos. So nobody has been trading this company. Time and sales, very little. Total number of trades is very few, just 81 trades. Buyers and sellers, also very few. So really just a few players. Call Financial, yeah. So it looks like the news is good. It has to be a bit positive if you will ask me. So I guess just put it on your watch list. At least it's doing something in the right direction. Renewable energy for your 8 hydropower plants in Mindanao. So they are raising money. That is what they want 1 billion pesos for. Your charts are showing also some potential buyers. See? So from about 90 cents, it rallied to about 1 peso 45 cents. You are seeing some buyers here willing to read that news. That is really positive. So at 127, although there's no volume, it might be a low downside risk at these levels. 127, even if it goes to 115, it has a lot of supporters. So where is your resistance today? You can see a lot of resistance at 145, 1.6, 1.8, 1.9. So these are your intermediate short-term targets. So 160, 140, this one, 146. And of course, finally, this 170, 190. So you've got quite a 50% upside if this one will work out in the end. But we are seeing, of course, that low risk is at 127, 125, all the way to 115. So should you want to buy some renewable energy play that is less than 1 billion pesos, I think ACR is just a market cap of 8 billion pesos. So you might want to check it out. Yeah, you might want to check this out. How much is AC Energy's portfolio? Wait, let me just see. Market cap of AC Energy, you can actually also see it here. AC Energy is a bigger company. They want to be with with the entire Southeast Asia, right? So the market cap, how much is the outstanding shares here? Not here. It's in the analytics. Wait up, go to the stats, then go to analytics. So yeah, Philippines basically needs this. So let's take a look at that. Energy would fall. Anyway, let's just go to all. Or is it in, where would those be? Teka lang Probably in all na lang. Let's just search it. What's the name? What's the ACR? ACR is somewhere here. Sorry, ASEN. Okay, ASEN and ACR here. So ACR, fundamental, okay, ASEN, fundamentals lang Let's take a look. ACEN is in the industrials. How much is the outstanding shares here? Shares. ACEN, 20 billion pesos. Okay, if you think about it, if ACEN is 20 billion pesos and ACR is already trading at 8 billion pesos, from a standpoint of potential, AC Energy would still get the better valuation, mostly because it has more ambition, more billions as well. So take note that AC Energy, of course, is a part of Ayala Corporation, so they have more. So at just double the price, I'd say that some people will continue to just buy AC Energy rather than ACR. But yeah, so even AC Energy, I think, is also raising money, right? So with SROs and whatnot, these companies who are expanding their renewable energy portfolio to really to really do a lot. So AC Energy building solar farms worth 6 billion pesos. So AC Energy unit nearly 2 billion pesos after asset infusion. So AC Energy is a bigger company. Can it be a 100 billion peso company someday? We'll see. So yeah, but good news to note that ACR is doing something well for Mindanao. Let's take a look at your questions. Nikki, what do you think of DNL? DNL did quite a good move today from about 470 to 5 pesos. I'd say that it's a little bit a function of bargain hunting. I don't think that there is any specific news on DNL. So, or is it? Or is there any? Let's see. There's really a ton of companies in the Philippines that are indeed valuable, but that value will never be unlocked unless like we are seeing a real so the volume is good today, but it's not like what you really want, no? So quarterly earnings report, earnings reaching 1 billion in second half. So food ingredients. Huh. I'd say that it's just it's okay. It's probably a range. It's a range move if you ask me. But PM, what do you think of Mary Mart? Is it because of Ghost Months? No, I think it's not. It's just that Mary Mart was already priced for perfection. At 3 pesos, it's probably trading already at 2 to 3 billion pesos, ba? And it has to prove a lot to the market. You can't just be like you make supermarkets and you acquire supermarkets with all the IPO cash, right? So market cap of Mary Mart is already 20 billion pesos. And look at what happened with other companies. Your Pure Gold has been in existence for about, listed in a market for about 8 years. Market cap is 150 billion. Some of your supermarkets are in existence for more than 20 years. Your market cap is less than 40 billion. Oh my God, market cap is just 5 billion. So it just goes to show to me that Mary Mart is priced for perfection. So there's more downside. Even if they have a huge potential in the future, how much of that is already being priced in by the market? How about 80? Is that Atlas Copper? I'd say that it has no value traded, right? Nobody's trading it. No value. So the problem with the Philippines is really liquidity risk. So Atlas, I think, is a gold and copper play. Used to be. So yeah, yun, 3.5, 350, 11% up. Ang umangat na pala to, no? 180 to 350. So I'd say that this is a function of gold and copper. So mostly gold. I'd say mostly gold prices. So it has been rising, so not bad. If you have it, then good for you. But let's just take a look at the resistances of Atlas, no? Atlas has resistance here at about 4 pesos and 450. So if you have it at $3 below, then congratulations, you have a winner. Just hold on to your winners as long as you can. So yeah, you should be holding on to Atlas. Good move, good chart. There's a question, how about construction? Can it continue to go up? I'm not sure. Which construction companies are we talking about? Can you be more specific? Do you think that news are manipulated? Do you use news when buying or selling? If I'm gonna be honest, in the Philippines, I hardly look at it. I'm reading news just as I do my live stream. So very rare do I actually focus my time on Philippine markets. But I think like news could be predicted very accurately. Like definite, well, not accurate, but matatapos na. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think like the Philippine news is just really about a function of the earnings report. So you kind of know that this month or next month those earnings will be coming. So it's really about that. So really, it's more on that. Why is there a bio news on sell news? It's really dependent on how much of a surprise that news is versus what people already expected. So it is more on expectations rather than the actual news. So example, it could be a great news, but if everybody expected it, that is just already a sell on good news because it has been priced in. It is highly expected for them to do well. So if you're asking me that Nickel Asia doesn't do well on their earnings front, the market will be disappointed because the market has already priced in quite a lot. Um, okay, sige. Yeah, I can't finish all the questions, but yeah, so like I don't think there's much really to discuss. I think the past few days, some construction firms have been rising, but I don't see a significant reopening or capex increases to really sustain it. I could be wrong, but I don't see a huge number of construction. So it might just be a range for those things. Like it could be just a range. Like if it's too low because it has gone so far to the downside, some people are just really buying and selling names they think that they can make 50% from. It's really more on that. So I don't think that it's not earnings related in any way in the short term. Long term, maybe, like if people believe that they will construct their houses and so forth. But I'd say that construction is a function of really your property segment. So I would wait really for properties to lead the way before really speculating that construction will do well. So that is my take. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye bye.